Vivekachudamani, often translated as the Crest-Jewel of Discrimination, is a seminal work in Advaita Vedanta philosophy penned by the revered 8th century Indian philosopher Adi Shankaracharya. This profound spiritual text serves as a guide for seekers of self-realization and liberation, offering wisdom that remains relevant to spiritual seekers, philosophers, and educated readers today. The text begins by underscoring the rarity and preciousness of human birth, particularly a life devoted to spiritual pursuits. According to Shankaracharya, human birth is a unique opportunity for spiritual growth and enlightenment. He stresses the importance of a guru, spiritual teacher, in guiding the seeker toward enlightenment, highlighting that without proper guidance, the path to self-realization can be fraught with obstacles. At the heart of Vivekachudamani lies the practice of viveka, or discrimination. This involves distinguishing between the eternal, unchanging reality, Brahman, and the temporary, changing world, Maya. Shankaracharya encourages seekers to focus on the self, Atman, which is real and eternal, rather than getting entangled in the illusory world. This discrimination is not merely intellectual but experiential, requiring deep contemplation and insight. Shankaracharya outlines the essential qualities a seeker must cultivate to progress on the spiritual path: discrimination, viveka, understanding the difference between the permanent, Brahman, and the impermanent, Maya; detachment, vairagya, letting go of attachments to worldly pleasures and material possessions; 6 virtues, shatsampat. These include control of the mind, shama, control of the senses, dhamma, cessation of worldly activities, uparati, endurance, titiksha, faith, shraddha, and concentration, samadhana; desire for liberation, mumukshutva, a strong longing for freedom from the cycle of birth and death, samsara. These qualifications serve as the foundation upon which the seeker can build their spiritual practice, leading to deeper understanding and ultimately to enlightenment. Vivekachudamani eloquently describes the self, Atman, as pure consciousness, infinite and identical with Brahman. It explains that ignorance, avidya, causes individuals to identify with their body and mind, leading to suffering and bondage. The realization of the self as Brahman is the key to liberation, moksha, and eternal bliss. This realization is not just an intellectual exercise but a profound transformative experience that dissolves the ego and reveals one's true nature. According to Shankaracharya, a guru is indispensable for guiding the seeker on the path to self-realization. The guru imparts knowledge through teaching, clears doubts, and helps the disciple experience the truth directly. The relationship between the guru and the disciple is one of deep trust and respect, where the disciple surrenders to the guru's wisdom and follows their guidance diligently. To achieve self-realization, Shankaracharya recommends various spiritual practices: meditation, dhyana, focusing the mind on the self to experience its true nature; self-inquiry, atma-vichara, investigating the nature of the self through questions like, "Who am I?" to strip away false identifications; renunciation, sannyasa, letting go of worldly attachments and desires to focus solely on spiritual growth. These practices help purify the mind, making it a fit instrument for realizing the self. They are not ends in themselves, but means to achieve the ultimate goal of enlightenment. Vivekachudamani outlines the progressive stages a seeker goes through on the path to enlightenment. Initial awakening. The seeker becomes aware of the limitations of worldly life and begins to seek higher truth. Purification. Through practices like meditation and self-inquiry, the seeker's mind becomes purified and focused. Direct realization. The seeker experiences the self directly, leading to a profound transformation. Full realization. The seeker abides in the state of self-realization, experiencing eternal bliss and freedom. The text also describes the obstacles that may arise at each stage and provides guidance on how to overcome them, ensuring that the seeker stays on the path to enlightenment. Vivekachudamani concludes with the promise of bliss and freedom that come with self-realization. Shankaracharya assures seekers that perseverance and dedication to the spiritual path will ultimately lead to liberation. The text serves as a timeless guide, offering invaluable insights and practical advice for those on the journey to self-realization. Key takeaways. Human life is precious, especially when devoted to spiritual growth. Discrimination is crucial. Understanding the difference between the real self and the unreal world is key to spiritual progress. Seekers must cultivate essential qualities such as discrimination, detachment, 6 virtues, and a strong desire for liberation. The self is pure consciousness. Realizing this truth leads to liberation. A guru is indispensable for guiding the seeker toward enlightenment. Spiritual practices are necessary. Meditation, self-inquiry, and renunciation purify the mind and lead to self-realization. Self-realization brings fulfillment, peace, and happiness. The ultimate goal is eternal bliss and freedom. For spiritual seekers, philosophers, and educated readers alike, Vivekachudamani offers a comprehensive roadmap to self-realization and liberation. Its teachings remain as relevant today as they were centuries ago, providing timeless wisdom for those on the path to enlightenment.